the air around them changed. The laughter in the hall grew distant. The lights flickered. Amara lifted her hand and gently touched Dare's forehead with her fingertip, cool as moonlight. "When you lie next time, your own truth will chase it out, shouting like thunder," she whispered. Before he could say more, the music started again and the lights steadied. Amara was gone, vanished like a dream. Once upon a time in the bustling city of Lagos, there was a man named Dare Bello. He was known as the handsomest liar Lagos ever had. Dare was tall and handsome, with a smile that could make any sensible woman swoon. He dressed in expensive clothes, walked with confidence, and spoke softly as if making promises. His house in Ikoyi was like a palace of pleasure. Soft lights, cold drinks, and a huge bed hid many secrets. But Dare had one dangerous gift: his tongue. His words were as sweet as honey but as sharp as a knife, and more dangerous than poison. Instead of collecting things like gold or art, he collected hearts. Young women were drawn to his charm like moths to a flame. One by one, he lured them with dreams of marriage, trips abroad, and fairy tale futures. He told each of them, "You are the only one," and they all believed him, until the next one came. When a woman came to Dare's mansion, he played his role like a movie star. He showed her the glittering view from his balcony, where Lagos lights sparkled like fallen stars. He whispered, "One day we'll see the lights of Paris together, my love." She believed him. That night, she gave him her trust, her tears, and part of her heart, a gift he did not deserve. The first was Ngozi, a seamstress from Surulere with hopeful eyes and hands stained from sewing cloth. Dare invited her over and dazzled her with visions of the future. She believed every word he said. Then came Shade. Bright and full of dreams, she was studying hard for a scholarship. Dare invited her under the pretense of reviewing her school applications. He poured her a drink that tasted like heaven and told her stories that sounded like prophecy. When she laughed, he leaned close and said, "You are the future of Nigeria, my queen. The world should admire your brilliance." By the time the moon was high, Shadi had fallen, not just for him but into his trap. And Ada the baker was next. She brought him a basket of fresh bread one afternoon. Dare filled her ears with sweet lies about winning a big government contract. He smiled and took her hand. "Even your bread smells like love," he said. He kissed her gently. Ada thought she was meeting her destiny. But Dare was just adding another name to his list of victims. Every weekend, Dare sat with his friend Kobe at the Golden Palms Club. Rich laughter flowed like wine as they sipped champagne. Dare would lean back, looking proud, his gold watch shining like the sun. "Kobe, my brother," he bragged, "you won't believe the latest. Ngozi says she'll design my wedding suit. Saad calls me Professor Bello. Ada baked me a cake in the shape of the Nigerian Army's logo." Kobe laughed and said, "You're dangerous, Dare. How do you make all these women fall for you so easily?" Dare just grinned and tapped his chest. "It's simple, Kobe," he said. "I tell them exactly what they want to hear. Every woman has a dream and I just sell it sweeter." He raised his glass and smiled. Kobe shook his head and warned, "One day, Dare, your mouth will lead you to your downfall." Dare laughed and did not worry. But far away in the spirit world, a mysterious woman named Amara was already awake, watching and waiting. It happened at Dare's biggest party yet, the Ikoyi Ice Ball. The mansion was bright with lights, and the air smelled of expensive perfumes. Fancy cars lined the street like royal chariots. Dare wore a white suit that shone brightly. He floated through the crowd like a peacock, shaking hands and making big promises. He promised people all sorts of things he could not deliver. "Your son's visa is ready tomorrow," he told the man. "Your movie funding? Consider it done," he told a woman. Every lie slipped from his tongue like honey dripping from a spoon. Then, silence. Through the glowing lights and soft music, a woman walked in. She was not like the others. Her beauty was mysterious, deep, and calm. Her dress was the color of a midnight sky, and her eyes were as steady as a quiet river. When she walked, it seemed as if even the music slowed down to watch her. Dare froze. For the first time in his life, his tongue forgot what to say. "Who is that?" he whispered. Kobe laughed, sipping his drink. "Ah, my brother," he said. "That's Amara. Nobody knows much about her. She just appeared in Lagos and everyone is already talking." Dare straightened his tie and smiled at himself in the mirror. "Then she will know me soon enough," he said. He walked through the crowd toward the woman. "Excuse me," he said smoothly, bowing slightly. "You must be Amara, the famous businesswoman who owns that emerald mine I'm planning to buy." Amara turned slowly, a faint smile on her lips. "And you must be Dare Bello," she said softly, "the man who builds free hospitals for children across Africa." Dare laughed. "You know me well. You must read the papers." Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "Yes, I read the papers, even the invisible ones," she said. Dare leaned closer, charm dripping from his every word. "My dear Amara, I feel destiny brought us together. I promise you by tomorrow, I will make you ambassador to Wakanda," he said, laughing loudly and expecting her to blush. But Amara did not laugh. Her eyes darkened a little. Dare felt a chill. Suddenly, he heard something in her voice that was not human. "Dare Bello," she said in a soft voice that carried power, "you have built your life on lies and danced on the bones of truth. You have stolen hearts to feed your pride. But every thief of trust must face the truth he ran from." The air around them changed. The laughter in the hall grew distant. The lights flickered. Amara lifted her hand and gently touched Dare's forehead with her fingertip, cool as moonlight. "When you lie next time, your own truth will chase it out, shouting like thunder," she whispered. "When you speak the truth, it will come out loud and wild until you learn the weight of your words." Dare blinked, confused. "What are you talking about? Ambassador to Wakanda? What a strange woman," he muttered. Before he could say more, the music started again and the lights steadied. Amara was gone, vanished like a dream. Dare shook his head. He thought, she must be some stranger. I'm going back to my party." He did not know that from that moment on, his tongue no longer belonged to him. The curse of truth had been placed on Dare Bello, Lagos' greatest liar. The next morning, dawn came slowly, heavy with the scent of rain. Inside Dare's mansion, it was quiet and still. Empty wine bottles and forgotten shoes told the story of the previous night's conquests. But this morning was different. Dare stirred lazily in his big silk bed. A woman lay next to him, wearing only his oversized shirt. She was slim and fair, and she looked at him with sleepy eyes. "Baby," she said softly, "you didn't tell me you loved me last night." Dare smiled and tried to tell his usual lie. "Of course I do, my dear. You're the only." But his words failed him. His lips trembled, and instead of a lie, his mouth blurted out the truth. "You're the third woman this week. I don't even remember your name." The woman froze. "What did you just say?" she screamed, jumping out of bed. Dare sat up, terrified. "Wait, no, I didn't mean that. I meant..." But his tongue twisted again and he shouted, "I called you because I was bored." The woman screamed again and stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. Dare clutched his head in panic. "What's happening to me?" he cried. He ran to the mirror. He looked the same, proud, handsome, deceitful, but something in his eyes had changed. There was fear and something else, truth. He grabbed his phone and dialed Kobe. Bro, something weird is happening, he began. But before he could lie to make it sound better, his curse took over. I can't stop telling the truth, bro. I slept with your cousin too. The line went dead. Kobe did not even answer. He just hung up and walked away shaking his head. Dare stumbled into the kitchen and told the cook, I'm giving the gardener a brand new Mercedes-Benz. The cook smiled, grateful for what he thought was praise. But before Dare could stop him, the words tumbled out in a roar. I am a liar, I'm broke. I only said that to look good. The cook dropped his spoon, startled. Dare covered his mouth in horror. He tried again, I'm buying a private jet to London. Instead he yelled, I'm flying economy to Ghana because I can't afford first class. From that moment on, Dare's mouth became his punishment. Every lie he tried to tell was chased out by a shout of truth. Later that day, Dare rushed to the bank. He sat down with a loan officer and said smoothly, I need 50 million naira for a secret government port project. But as soon as the words left his lips, the curse struck. His voice suddenly roared, I need it to pay my rented Sierra bill. I'm a fraud. Everyone in the bank gasped. The loan officer stared. A few people even fainted at the sound of Dare's honest roar. Dare wanted to sink into the floor in shame. Later, Dare met Ngozi, Shadi, and Ada at a small bakery hoping to apologize. He took a deep breath and whispered, I'm sorry? But again his tongue betrayed him. In a loud voice he blurted out, I used your dreams as toys. I'm a fool. You deserve better. Ngozi, Shadi, and Ada burst out laughing. Tears ran down their faces from laughing so hard. The spirit has caught you, Dare. Ada shouted between giggles. Dare turned and ran away, unable to escape the truth that followed him. He stumbled to the side of the road and groaned, how will I survive now? After that, Dare Bello's life changed completely. He sold his grand house, paid all his debts, and opened a small car parts shop. Instead of lying, he started living honestly. It was hard and sometimes embarrassing, but for the first time, Dare found peace in being quiet and truthful. He learned that truth, even though it may seem small, stands taller than 1,000 lies. One evening, as the sun set over Lagos, Dare looked into a mirror in his simple shop. He whispered softly, I am enough. For the first time since the curse began, his voice was calm and normal. The curse was lifted, and Dare finally spoke freely. So don't forget, a sweet lie can build a big house for a moment, but the truth builds a home that lasts forever.